A little chilly?
Mm-mm.
No? Oh, okay.
I just dropped everything.
Oh,
I'm not doing
This whole Jennifer, light your fucking cigar.
I need.
Oh,
This is too big of a cigar. I can't smoke this. Do they?
yes,
come
you
smaller?
can. You can
Is it
smoke.
Toro?
You can smoke it.
It seems like it's very.
It's
big.
fine. It's.
I've been That's because I've been smoking Sweet Janes all day today. So
Good. You
like,
can drink. You can smoke a what?
I wanted to try something new. I don't want to.
You never had one. You never had a.
That-
I wanted something light.
That
I've been
20 Acre
smoking
Farm's a
that
good cigar.
It is
Yeah,
a
it's
good
a good
cigar. Just
cigar.
smoke it. Get yourself the fucking ashtray over there, so you're
Where's
not.
the lighter?
I don't know
Why don't you
because you don't have your own, and you use mine, and you put it all over the place. This whole freaking Jennifer smoking blew up in my face.
You wanted me to be a part of this.
It's where's the cutter? Can I have the cutter? Where's
make 'em
this?
cut it
Where's
for
that?
me.
Here, cut my cigar.
I mean, I did that to you in the beginning.
Yeah, you made me cut all your cigars.
Jen
Yeah.
thinks she's gonna cut her finger off.
Well, I did. I was
I burned my hand in Vegas.
unsure about like how far. Like, you know, it took me a while to get like good at like, you
I need
know,
those giant
using
like
a straight
sticks.
a straight cut. And just, you know, it took me a little while, but I think it was more like, you know, when I first started smoking, it was nice. Like it was like
I
chivalrous
can't see it.
of Kevin. Like he would take my cigar, prep it for me, get it, you know, ready, and it was nice. Now I'm like, don't touch my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just it's I don't know.
I feel like I'm gonna singe my eyebrows. Is it even lit? I don't think so.
Let it smoke it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
lit.
you're good.
But you might want to let it rest for a second so it looks a little charred on the one side.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I have to say, I tasted a cigar that I just I felt like I was spitting tobacco all day, and
You
then
did.
I realized after lunch
She spit.
I had pieces of tobacco still in my teeth. It was
She-
disgusting.
so,
I felt like a
I'm not going to
hillbilly.
mention the cigar, but apparently there was some short filler in it. So I
And
did.
no
I
wrapper.
did a V cut, and Jennifer, I go here, taste this. She starts smoking it, and she's spitting out tobacco. And I go over to grab my coffee, and it's just fucking tobacco floating all my coffee. She spit all the tobacco in my coffee. So I'm like, this is my relaxing morning cigar and coffee.
Ooh, that's how it
This
started.
is what it's been freaking reduced to.
Oh my
What
god.
was it? A short filled tobacco cigar, or was it not supposed to be?
Yeah. I'll start from the beginning.
Yeah. Well,
Smoked a cigar. I'm
Yeah.
not going to mention its name, but it had short filler in it.
okay. So I wasn't sure if you were joking, like it had short filler in it, like, but it wasn't supposed to.
Even when you
Okay.
V cut that, it's still okay. You just kind of like
It
make sure
was-
when it was really coming out.
It
When
was
I-
like
whenever I
I
V-
felt like I was I rolled a cigarette, and it was,
was
just
just
falling
too
apart
loose.
in my mouth.
Whenever I V cut a Cuban sandwich or especially a short filler,
Yeah.
just forget about it. The freaking the bottom. Because I also chew on mine a little bit. It just freaking.
Oh, that makes
dissipate.
it. If you cut it and chew on it, yeah.
If you, everything that I know is a short filler, or if it's a Cuban sandwich, I will always,
Well, you wanna know-
always do a straight cut on the end.
Jen, you
Yeah.
probably should start learning how to use a punch.
No.
Why?
You gotta get a
Listen,
Punch
but that's your
I know.
your experience. Why would you put that experience and say
Yeah, Kevin.
that she shouldn't have that? She should try a punch.
I
and
would
see-
like to try all the different cuts.
you
and-
should
and
try
because
a
again,
punch.
I've been analyzing everything, and I'm very scientific with it.
Right.
So I have to rule it out
And that's a
before I
lot
can
of
say I
fun.
don't like it. Kerr is
That's a lot of
I'm not
fun.
even a month into smoking cigars, and I think he's ready for me to say.
I mean, you need to learn how to do the fingernail. You know, it's just.
I had
it's just-
him
We're
bite
gonna
the
do a
cigar
fingernail,
earlier
but we're
today.
not gonna do a punch.
Well,
I
I'm-
with my mother, and I'm like, I grabbed one of the cigarillos, the Sweet Janes, out of the metal tin,
yeah.
and we were out on the deck, and the deer were out there, so I didn't want to run back in. And I said, "Where's your cutter?" He's like, "I don't have it." I said, "Here, just bite off the end for me."
Yeah.
It worked fine.
Yeah, but if you try a punch, at least you work your way to where you're comfortable. You know, if you do a punch, it might not be exactly what you want, so then you can
I
start
actually
learning to
think a
cut.
punch may be better. I'm not a fan of the V cut. I feel like
Not a lot of people are.
Well, that's why a lot of people double V
I
cut it.
feel like it's not, and again, I'm thinking more because of a study I do at work where you need to make a tight seal so they inhale all the radioactive aerosol, that I'm not getting a good seal to get
Really
good smoke.
See, if I could V cut,
I just don't like, I don't know.
Right. If I could V cut every cigar, I would, but you can't with every cigar. There, like just tonight I had to straight cut because this is not a
why can't you, like on the cigarellos I did a V cut, is super tiny.
Yeah, but even on those you probably shouldn't, because that probably would.
Well, some cigars, some cigars, like she started off with a cigar that we won't mention it, but it was too large in a square press.
Yeah, and I straight cut it.
There was just no way of getting a V cut on it. So some cigars,
I would definitely, I think, would be my next. Do we have a punch?
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of punches.
Yeah,
because on the
I'm
end
sure
of it,
somewhere
so I'm sure that would close the hole.
Yeah, a punch funnels the tobacco down. You get a lot of the tar buildup with a punch.
Okay, but all I was trying to say was yes, experienced cigar smokers, that's so fine and dandy, but don't you think that that's part of the process for all? I think it should be a checklist regardless.
Tried V cut, tried star, or whatever Kevin does with the 2 V cuts,
the crown cut,
the W, and
you have one, right there,
straight cut, a hole punch, a gnaw.
And then you just got to.
We should introduce ourselves.
You got to practice using your fingernail too.
I did that today. I didn't bite your cigar today. I used my fingernail. No.
Did you? You pop the cap off? Yeah.
Well, it was the cigarello. Didn't need much. But I figured he makes my lattes. He could cut my cigars.
Yeah. Great. Kev,
you ready?
I think.
Okay. I'm Broadleaf Bully Kevin.
I'm Broadleaf Bully Jess.
I'm Broadleaf Bully Kerr.
I'm Broadleaf Bully Jen.
And we are the Broadleaf Bullies.
We talk. You listen. We are the Broadleaf Bullies. And here's your hosts, Kev, Kerr, Jessie, and Jen.
So we got the new air heater coming your way, Kerr.
Okay.
It was supposed to be kind of a surprise. Why do you?
I told him that like a month ago.
Oh,
yeah.
Did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
It just doesn't work for us.
I didn't know that.
I didn't think.
I
did you?
Yeah, he told me.
Yeah, because I told him, I said he could hang it right above off camera, above his head, and it can radiate down. It'll work. It'll work perfect in a closed.
They talked about it about a month or so ago.
Well, I kept telling Kevin, I kept saying, we need to send this to them. There's no point in us having this.
Is there any unboxing? Is there any unboxing you want me to do, or any?
No.
You can do whatever you want. Yeah, I mean, it's coming in the new air box.
Yeah,
so,
all the stuff is there. I made sure to put the remote in there too.
Very nice.
I remembered. Yeah, Wyatt and I took it down off the patio and boxed it up. Wyatt helped me. Wyatt
so it's used.
Down to him.
Yeah, it's used.
Yeah, gently used. It's gently used. Like a thrift store, gently used. No, it's practically brand new. I think we turned it on 3 times.
Yeah.
Is the audio good?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
All right.
Can you hear us fine?
Yeah. You're fine.
Okay.
I just with the settings and this all right, good.
Yeah.
Sometimes the settings when I use the new camera will go into the microphone that's built into the camera, and it sounds very canny, but it's not. It's picking up this one.
Oh, gotcha.
Did you get a new microphone? Because I'm not seeing it on camera. It's usually like right up. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the angle of the new camera is a little bit higher, and it's not like the FaceTime camera from the laptop.
Oh, okay. So I can see both those monitors in your glasses.
Yeah.
It's like his eyes are glowing.
My freaking new glass shipment. Since my blue ones that I really, really liked broke when we were in Vegas. And Jennifer, like the ones that you always buy, Kev, because I always liked wraparound glasses.
Yeah.
but I've always felt like they were either too small for my head or they were too tight, and they always kind of felt like if I sneezed, they would move up and down. But these are like fucking perfect.
Yeah.
And they're cheap.
Yes,
So
they're
she got me
cheap by boxes.
I buy a 24 box and mine come out to like $1.15 a piece or something.
Yeah, that's what she got me with all these different colors and shit in there. And so the black ones though got this really weird kind of like a aura around everything I look at, or this like whatever, but I don't care. I like the brown.
I thought it was funny this morning, since it's Sandela Sunday. I was down in Tilden Woods taking pictures of a Sandela, which I posted, and came up to the deck because it was a beautiful morning, having our coffee and a cigar. And Kerr's like, "That's not a Sandela. That's an Edition 35." I said, "It is a Sandela. Look, it's dark brown and Candela. That isn't it." I said, "Take your sunglasses off." Like it was totally distorting his.
No, you're wrong. I had my sunglasses off.
He couldn't see the green.
And from looking through green sunglasses, when I took them off, my eyes still hadn't adjusted, and it made the green look brown.
I know.
Really?
Pictures of, especially.
I literally, because you thought I was not looking. When I picked it up, I looked at it, and I went like this, and I was like, I go, "That's a freaking Edition 35." You're like, "Take your sunglasses off." I'm like, "They are," and then I kind of wait a few minutes, and I looked down. I was like, "Okay."
I've never worn green. I didn't know that would do that to your eyesight.
You wear the same.
I wear the same pink ones.
I just whatever colors that you have.
That's what I tried tonight. The pink ones. See what they're like.
Well, I have a pair of those acid sunglasses that we got for the 20th anniversary. You can't see shit. Like if it's daytime and you put those on, and it's like pitch black dark.
I mean,
they work for the sun.
50-cent sunglasses.
I don't know, but
they are what they are.
Great for the desert.
You put them on, and you're like, you're blind. And I've like tried to wear them a couple times. And like I've taken a picture and I'm like, I can't wear these because like I would never wear these like out. Yeah. It's not like I just don't want to take a picture because they're when they were doing the 20th anniversary, it was cool, but you couldn't see shit. You could not see out them.
I've had a few of those that are super dark where you're just like, God dang, it needs to be a super sunny day for me to wear these.
Yeah.
But I got a whole bunch of colors over there. I got a brown, and I actually like the browns are pretty cool.
I've never seen. I didn't.
Well, you like you said, you only buy the.
Yeah, I buy like a master box once a year.
Buy like an assortment.
Nah, I like the pink ones. Yeah, of course I like because they're just they
go outside.
Well, I like. She got me the blue ones, and I think these are different make because they're shaped a little bit differently from the old ones, and they gave 2 blue options because I like the blues because the blues I can wear outside, but I can also walk into a cigar bar and still wear them.
Yeah.
And it's perfectly fine. And it's just enough because sometimes, like with the lights, it gets a little too bright. But it's just perfect tint where you can wear it indoors and you can wear them outdoors.
Yeah, I will say sometimes when you go to a lounge, it has such harsh lighting.
Yeah, from that company, I used to wear like their they weren't in purple, but it was like almost like a mirrored purple type of
you're talking about.
I used to wear those way back in the day, and I just switched to the pink ones. I just like them better.
You got me the mirrored black ones. I had a dark pair and a mirrored dark pair, and I think they disappeared somewhere. I don't know where the fuck they are. And I like wearing the yellow ones around when I do outside work.
Yeah.
I love the amber vision type thing.
I keep 2 pair of the yellow ones at work because we work with a lot of fluorescent dyes looking for leaks in AC, and then the yellow makes the fluorescent dye glow even more green.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I can't wear any of that stuff. I'm already I struggle to see normally. I fucking can't be seen in color.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not going to happen
for me. Isn't that bad though? This is actually pretty good. I mean, it's got good. It filters out enough light where it's not bothering my eyesight. Plus, it's still not dark enough where I can't see.
Yeah.
Which is a good combo.
I know. Next time I go to get glasses, I might look into the ones that transition
I never cared for the transition. I've had those. My issue is sometimes when you're inside, they go into sunglass mode, and I can't.
Really?
I have those. I have those at work. My safety glasses at work are from Snap-on, and they're transition, and sometimes like you'll be underneath of a hood, and it's like where they should be clearer, and they're not, and it's like, why are these dark? And it's nice because obviously you can't wear sunglasses in front of a customer. You want to be able to see your eyes, so it's nice having them on and they're clear, and than having them when I go for a test drive. Nothing sucks worse than being on a test drive. It's all bright out. I'm driving someone's car.
I'm not a clip on my glass. Like, I don't want any part of that. Like, I don't want to have any extra thing that I have to clip onto my sunglass or my
go way back in the
80s.
I know.
No,
flip them. What was that?
The clip on. They have ones that you clip over your glasses.
Yeah, the 80s.
That's what I'm talking. No, my mom even uses them sometimes. She has the transition one. So does my dad. But they also have these things you clip onto your glasses. They still make them.
They also have.
I know they do.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, anyway, I don't want that.
I want to get the big virtual reality goggles that the old people wear that just go right over their whole glasses and face.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. They're down here.
That was like the old baseball players that when they pop up, they flip down their little glasses.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
I think it was Ken Griffey Jr. that made those real big in baseball.
Yeah, it's clip off, pop them down.
Yeah, but the glasses you're talking about are the ones that basically they give you when they dilate your eyes.
Yeah.
Basically, but they're
like cataract surgery.
But they're made to go over your glasses.
Yeah, there's no light getting in that.
I've been given the paper ones too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just wear these, and I'm like, what are these?
Oh man!
I remember it was years ago. I had my eyes dilated for my annual, eye checkup, and then she's like, "Oh, your eyes gonna be dilated for an hour or two, and you got someone to come pick you up." I'm like, "Nah," she's like, "You shouldn't drive." I go, "Shouldn't drive or can't drive?" And it's like, "Shouldn't." I'm like, "I got this." So
how bad was it?
I could see. I couldn't read any signs, so I probably shouldn't have driven.
When I've gotten my eyes dilated, it always makes me nauseous. Yeah. I couldn't drive. I know I couldn't. I would throw up. I've always had to have somebody.
I've never gotten it done.
You've never had your eyes dilated?
Why do you got? No. Why would one have to get their eyes dilated?
They do it to check the back better.
Well,
it allows them to see better in the back of the cornea.
Yeah, so I when I was younger, I had really dry eye, but I was getting conjunctivitis, and I didn't wear contacts or anything. And they found out they had to do all this stuff, and they found out that I had dry eye. But my mom has macular degeneration, so they check my eyes.
Oh yeah, so you have there's a reason.
So
and then
behind the eye.
Well, I can see why, right? Cut with your eye.
Yeah. They always check. They always dilate that, and then every other year, they do an ultrasound where they they pry it open, put the jelly on there, then they tell you try not to blink as they put this device on your eye and moving it around. You're like, stop blinking. I go, you got something touching my eye.
The last time I went to the eye doctor, they said they could test to see if I would have a macular degeneration, but I was like, I don't really want anybody fucking taking a needle into my fucking eye and doing any of that shit at all. So I was like, I'll take but the lady that my eye doctor, she said that, it's not always hereditary. You might not get that. My sister might have it and I wouldn't, type of thing. But yeah, cataracts run, most people as they get older get freaking cataracts anyway. So, but I definitely don't want to get shots in my eye. My mom's gotten shots in her eye for the last 6 years now, 6 or 7 years. And when she was first getting it, her eyes would look like somebody beat the shit out of her, they were bloodshot, her whole face would swell up. Now they did some some other type of surgery on her eye, and then they did these drops. So that she does the shots still, but not as much. But it's just prolonging her eyesight. I'm just gonna lose it. Yeah, it's inevitable. The kind of macular degeneration she had, she'll lose it.
Yeah,
some people have it.
Slow down. It's one of those diseases
where they got to slow the disease progression. It's all they can do.
Yeah. And the nice thing is there's a lot more technology out there too to help. Like, so she has this cool magnifying thing over her phone and tablet, so she's not straining her eyes. Like, that's also what makes it escalate faster too, is people straining. She's not driving as much, which she probably shouldn't, because she's getting older too, but she can't see. Like, she just can't fucking see the way she used to. So she's definitely doing less.
Yeah. No, I hear you. It's crazy. I think my last eye exam, they told me that my eyesight got better.
Yep.
Is that possible?
Yeah, Joe's did too.
Really?
Huh. I don't wear my glasses all the time.
Yeah.
I always had that. I have that like old wives' tale feeling that like our belief that my eyes, if you wear them too much, your eyes become too dependent on it.
Huh.
So I don't wear them all the time.
I don't wear mine enough, and I know that. And I've been getting really bad headaches again, and I know that's a sign that I should be wearing my glasses more, and I don't. But they need to be refitted, and I just haven't done it. So they're like, they kind of hurt when I wear them. They like, because they're all like discombobulated. They just need to be fitted better on my face again, and I just need to go do it, because I'll wear them then if that's the case. When I get bad headaches, I know it's because I'm not wearing my glasses enough.
Yeah,
I definitely notice my eyesight's getting worse as I go. I mean, I'm now at 2020, which is the worst that I've ever been. I mean, I've always been like 2010, 2015,
which is weird. It's like, because did it just overcompensate?
2020. That's like perfect vision.
Yeah, but it's the worst that I've ever had. So.
Kevin's worst day is being perfect, Jen. Is what
I know. Jesus. Jen. Keep up, Jen. I don't know what else to say.
My vision's 2020. Oh my God, what am I gonna do?
You don't need to say anything else. Kevin's worst day is being perfect.
Yeah.
So luckily I'm 40, and hopefully they get some robot eyes, to fix my one eye in case in the future.
I mean, we don't know what it's like to have
a working pair of eyes.
Yeah, I know. So
like, what if it's
that
weird?
Might fuck you up.
Yeah, I know.
Like, all of a sudden you have a periph, and you're like, I don't want to see that.
I was watching. It's probably been like 2 years watching some YouTube video, and I forget what the disease is called, but a lady only had she had vision in both eyes, but she only saw the world in 2D. Oh. So she said she was driving her car one day and something happened and everything just clicked, and she saw the world in 3D, and she almost wrecked her car, and she just couldn't. She's just
that would be like going to one of those, because you can't see it when we go to those 3D shows.
Yeah,
like you're like, what's the point of putting these glasses on? I can't see it anyway. But like, that's what it would be like. All of a sudden, shit popping out at you, like gonna eat your face. I would fucking have a heart attack.
Yeah, weird.
That is really weird. What was causing her to only be able to see in 2D?
Like, I don't know what the
because I understand for you why.
Well, I mean, I still see the world in 3D.
I thought you said everything. Oh, you said everything is
1.5.
Yeah.
Like everything has like this cup has length, width, and depth. So I can see the depth of this. But this woman couldn't. She couldn't see depth. She only saw the world essentially as a South Park cartoon.
Well, I thought you said with your other eye, that's all you can.
I have no depth perception. Like I can't judge how far away.
Okay. Yeah, if you cover one of your eyes, Jess, you're gonna have depth perception.
Right. No, I understand that.
Yeah, I can't judge.
That is really strange that she couldn't. But how crazy and exciting at the same time. Like, she was like, probably like, what the hell is happening to me?
Well, it's like those people that get their hearing fixed, especially whether it's kids or adults, and they like turn on the hearing aid or device. I don't know if it's a device or the cochlear implant, and then they hear for the first time. Like, wow.
Well, it's the vibrations, to your eardrum and stuff. That
not being able to hear anything for that long, and then all of a sudden hearing your your voice.
Well, yeah, I think people who have been like that are like completely hearing impaired that don't hear anything,
Mhm.
but they still feel vibration. A lot of people who have been in hearing impaired like that can communicate like what it's always say that they in tune with like the vibration. So when they did like be able to hear, it was like, oh, that vibration now I understand like what that is, but they know it by the vibration and stuff versus
I played a
word.
I played at deaf school. What
did you say? I didn't hear.
He played football at a.
I
played against a deaf school in football in college.
Did they call it deaf or hearing impairment?
They probably called it hearing impairment, but we call it deaf school.
Yeah.
It was Gallaudet in Washington, D.C.
Yep. Oh, wow.
And
I think you told us this before.
And they snapped the ball. They had a real big drum on the sideline, and they hit the drum, and that's how they went, was by the vibrations.
So cool. Cool. Yeah, there's a singer. She lost her hearing, but she was still able to sing because she would stand barefoot and go with the melody from her, like for whoever's playing the guitar and all that stuff, and she would tap her foot to the rhythm and be able to keep, because she knew how to sing, so she just had to kind of reteach herself a little bit.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, they had a big drum on the side. They'd hit it. That's where the invention of the huddle came from. Is from them.
Oh,
really?
Yep. Yep. Gallaudet.
Oh, how cool is that?
That is pretty cool.
We played them. I actually, when I was in college, I thought they were messing around with me my freshman year. They're like, oh, we're gonna play the deaf school. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And I go, we're play the deaf school. I'm like, shut up. And they brought a drum out in the field. And that's how we practiced. We practiced with someone hitting the drum. And
did everybody in the stands clap, or they do like, usually they do that when they.
So I'm going to tell you what happened, and this is not making fun. This is just me telling you what happened. And then I will possibly quote some things that my friends have said. But they would hoot. So when they would come out and cheer, they go, whoo, 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 whoo. So the whole crowd would do that.
Mm-hmm.
And they had cheerleaders. And it was like, bah, 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 bah. And they would cheer and go through their things. And they were like right behind us. So there was dude just like, holy shit, this is driving me the fucking wall. Like, this is freaking, an extra layer of like, mental torture that some of these guys they had to get away from it because they're that loud at the stadium.
I believe it.
But and there's some dudes that you have to have 10%, at least 10% hearing impairment to go there.
Oh,
so there's some guys
only 10%.
Yes, it's like 10 or 15%, but there's some guys that can speak and could hear and talk. So I was walking in the locker room. My buddy Petey Davis and I were walking down, and this guy walks up. He goes, "Hey, where's the locker room?" And Petey, like, his jaw dropped. I'm like, that way. All right, thanks. And he walked by, and Pete looks at me and goes, I thought some motherfucker's supposed to be deaf. I said, Petey, they can only have 10%. They can have 10 or 15% hearing impairment. They can still hear him talk.
Right.
And he's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I'm dead fucking serious, man.
But when you're not around.
Yeah, he's like, that's bullshit. That guy's huge. Yeah.
More or less, it was like
they're lying. He's got less than 10%.
But but my freshman year, they had a quarterback and a receiver that was they were trying out for the NFL because they were pretty good, but they just had a little bit. They had some hearing impairment. But yeah, it was always interesting playing Gallaudet because they'd always hit after the whistle. And would be like, oh yeah, like they'd act like they didn't hear, and freaking referees be throwing flags because after a while they're bullshitting and lying.
Yeah,
they're trying to get away with it.
Well, yeah, they're taking advantage.
Yeah, I wonder how many have made it to the NFL, not from that school, but like just deaf. It's not something you hear about.
There's a couple actually. Do you ever see the movie The Replacements?
Yeah.
The tight end that was deaf in the movie.
Yeah.
God, I don't remember. Yeah,
I do vaguely.
It was actually what's his face from The Office, Roy, Pam's boyfriend, Roy, fiance.
Yeah.
They made it during the movie. They're like, my tight end's deaf. He goes, yeah. Gene Hackman goes, yeah. He goes, how am I supposed to coach deaf guy? He goes, played football right here at Gallaudet because it says the Washington Sentinels, Washington D.C. So he references it, but
that whole thing.
Huh.
It's
I'm gonna have to go back. I mean, it's probably been 15 years or so since I've seen the movie. I'll have to go back and
yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with what you're saying. I was just telling Kevin in the kitchen. I said, man, I said I love Wyatt, and he loves to sing, and I wish he wouldn't. I can only take so much because he sounds like a person who's hearing impaired trying to sing or talk, and it's fucking, I'm over it. Like I told Kevin today in the kitchen, I was like, I wish he could carry a tune because he knows every fucking word to every Disney song, and he cannot sing at all. It's awful. It's so awful.
My dad always laughs at this story because it was like one of those moments where the one guy on the team who's the biggest sarcastic smartass, we were playing the game and there was a penalty, and our head coach, our defensive coordinator, is like, Jimmy, what did he say? The referee, and he turns around and he goes, "You're holding me. You're holding me." He goes, "No, you fucking asshole, the referee. What did the referee say?" And Jim turns around and goes, "I like to get coach going." Like,
yeah.
Like, I was just like, oh my God. Freaking, yeah. It was the biggest shit talkers too, at the coin toss and at halftime and during the game, and it's just amazing. Actually, I was impressed, and like you're awestruck that they have this, what most people look at as this deficit or impairment, and they are like, fuck it, I'm going to school, I'm gonna play football, we got basketball, we got lacrosse, and they make it work.
It's really cool. It really is.
They're a tough team. They're a real tough team. I mean, they had some great plays that just had some big boys and some talented people on the team.
Yeah.
But I remember a few years ago, they were having issues at the school because that's when the cochlear implants were getting big.
Yeah.
And the deaf community was getting very, very mad and bullying people that were using hearing implants and hearing aids. Like they were like dead set against it. Like, this is our community. Learn sign language. You're dissing us by by going off and doing this. Like, it was a real big deal a few years ago.
You would know because.
Well, did your aunt?
Yeah. She was a professor at Gallaudet.
Your dad's sister and brother are both hearing.
They bought German chicken pox. So lost their,
that's right.
When they were young. Yeah. But that's one thing she told me. Goes, that's a really big divisive thing in the community, and some parents that would not allow their kids to get them. Then when the kids turned 18, they would get them, especially if they're deaf parents, deaf kids.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they would shun the kids. They would kick them out, and they're like, you know what? You're
it was equivalent to those people that say they come out of the closet and their parents disown them. It was I remember reading an article that they were likening it. But I remember that because I remember, Kevin, you said that your aunt was deaf or hearing impaired or whatever the proper way of saying it is, and was that Gallaudet. But I remember reading that article a few years ago, several years back, about that huge divisiveness at that campus.
I wonder if it's still a thing. Like, that's something that they still kind of frown upon, or
I don't know.
Only because why wouldn't you want to give somebody the best quality of life that they could, right? If that's going to enhance the quality of their life.
It's how they view it, though, too.
It's how they view the quality. Yeah. Like they don't think there's nothing wrong with them.
No, there is nothing wrong.
Yeah.
But if they're unable to ever be able to use that device to help them, I feel bad that I do. But if there are people who can benefit from that, why wouldn't?
Well, that's it. It's same thing as then don't what are those same people? You shouldn't get glasses to correct your vision.
Right.
You should just embrace your bad vision. Because that
Yeah, but then you might not be able to drive. And the same thing with people who are hearing impaired.
Well, that's it. It's anything.
It gives them the ability to have maybe a little bit more freedom.
Yeah.
To do more. And not
be
so reliant on others. Yeah, no, and I get that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like for me, for like Wyatt, like if there was something that could help him in other ways, I would totally want to do that for him.
Right.
I would want him to be able to have whatever he could to give him better quality.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, there was
amazing.
it really is. It's kind of cool. I didn't realize that. Now I have to go and like look some stuff up just because now I'm curious.
Yeah, they were in Sports Illustrated. I think it was my sophomore year. The Sports Illustrated came down to our when we played them at our school and took pictures. And a couple of my buddies, you know, were in Sports Illustrated, you know, because they did this big article on Gallaudet.
Yeah.
And I still have that Sports Illustrated. But my buddy always laughs. He's like, "That's my foot right there. That's my fucking foot." Illustrated.
I have it somewhere. My foot is on the cover of Sports Illustrated. And it was
my God.
It ain't easy being Kevin.
It ain't easy. Yeah, all that photographer had to move over because as like teenage, like young teen, we went and saw Michael Jordan playing baseball up at it was a closed practice.
Yeah, he has to one up you.
Up in Sarasota, and we were all laying underneath the fence, you know, the big double gate fence in the back, and we were all laying down on our stomachs, like watching underneath the fence, watching Michael Jordan play. And they actually,
then how is your foot in there if you're lying on your stomach looking at the fence?
Michael
because
Jordan played baseball?
Yeah, for the White Sox.
What?
Yeah, Michael Jordan played baseball when he retired from basketball.
Yeah, so they got a photo of these kids watching Michael Jordan play, you know, and it was all the kids lined up, you know, or laying down. So yeah, and it was like my foot was right there.
Kerr, all you have to start saying is this one time at band camp.
Yeah.
Every time Kevin does that, you can just be like, one time at band camp.
Yeah, it's the closest. Yeah.
Well, I was doing so good in the game. That's why I'm not in the picture. They took me out.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
But you didn't know Michael Jordan played baseball.
No, I had no clue because I don't give a shit.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I think all of that stuff is stupid.
Yeah.
No, I knew he played golf.
Yeah.
He played professional baseball for a few years before he came back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how much I did.
Yeah, I don't know if he left when his dad died.
He did.
What?
His dad died. They won the championship. He left, and all the speculation was due to gambling, his high gambling debts.
One of my really good friends, Keith, when he first opened his restaurant, was like a chef because he went to culinary school and everything and got a job when Michael Jordan opened his restaurant in Chicago there.
Oh, okay.
He worked for him for years.
Yeah.
Like he was like head chef.
I was just reading the other day, Michael Jordan can't sell his house in Chicago has been on the market for like 10 years. He keeps dropping the price because nobody wants to buy it. So now the real estate agent, the article was, whoever buys the house will get one pair of Air Jordans of every design that was ever made in their shoe size.
Really?
And that's like a perk.
How is that possible?
I don't know how. I don't know if they.
What does he just have a pair in every size?
That's what I was wondering how that was possible. But
I would say they couldn't say color because if he does have one and only every size, like that's just
I don't know.
But
they say the house is so specifically built for him, nobody wants it. Like it's got a full size basketball court.
Wouldn't you think another basketball player would want to buy it?
Like who? Like I mean,
Chicago's can't be.
I think they dropped the price. It's like $28 million or something. But
why doesn't he like just? I don't know. Turn it into something else. I don't know.
Probably just wants this because he doesn't live there, so he probably just
doesn't live there. Get rid of it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys they blow their money. I mean, he's got more money.
Well, it was stupid of him to build that there in Chicago. Then.
Yeah, I mean, he lived in it for years. Him and his wife.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying then. Oh, wow.
So I don't. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't imagine. Problems, right?
Yeah. Real world problems.
Yeah.
I can't sell my $28 million mansion.
I know.
Yeah.
I wish that was my problem.
Got a dozen other houses.
I know Kevin and I we had a list of things that we needed to get done today, and we got them done. We did good. I was going to say we only kind of almost fought there for a little bit, but then other than that, this was the first time I think we just didn't really get into an argument, which was nice.
Yeah, we had to do some stuff on the addition. I had to put some backer boards up where the big screen TV is going to go because nothing sucks worse than trying to hit one single stud that's only 2 inches wide.
Yeah.
You know,
and we had to figure out for like the AC guy, like when he puts the unit, we had to brace that.
So I had to
put it up and mark it so you know where the freaking where to hang it.
Yeah.
She filmed it. So as I was describing it to myself, okay, Kevin, you're going to come 28 inches from the corner so far, and this is where you're, where everything is.
Yeah, it's always
at.
gone pretty smooth. We pretty much documented, even when we did the other edition, we've documented and stuff.
Yeah, I've had to go back a couple times trying to hang something. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, and then taking a video of like everything. I'm like, oh, so that's where
that's where it is.
at.
Which actually came in handy. It's been nice,
Yeah.
even for the property and stuff. But the other day, it happened to start raining. Like I heard it like kind of coming down, and it was right before the kids were it was Friday, getting off the bus. So I was like, oh, let me just run to the bus stop and get them so I don't have to walk in the rain. And when I was driving, all of a sudden, my foot was getting wet. It was like pouring rain in my car. And I was like, what the fuck? So I videoed it, sent it to Kevin. He was like, that's not good. So we checked it today. Something's going on with my sunroof. Like
typical sunroof shit.
And I don't ever use it, right? It's not.
Is it an aftermarket sunroof or is it
a factory sunroof?
Factory. Yeah, so we don't really know. He tried a couple things, and it was just like all of a sudden. It's like all of a sudden, that's fucking happening. Because he like went on the windshield because he like had the hose, and we're trying to find where the water was coming in from. And as soon as he went on top of the sunroof, it started pouring from all different places. I was like, it was coming through like my little electrical buttons thing. I was like, fuck my life. I was like, of course. I was like, of course this is happening now.
Yeah, there's a local guy I found online. That's all he deals with, the sunroofs. So I got to do some research at work on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So if I can't figure it out, I'll just take it to him. There's always specialty guys that do something. Yeah. It's probably something that's like, oh, I've seen this 1,000 times.
Which is fine. Which at the end of the day, it's like we'll figure it out. But I'm so close to just almost paying that fucking thing off, and I was like, why? Why now? Why did you decide now? Oh, because I'm not gonna have a payment. Oh, okay. Fuckers.
That's right.
Because the only other option would be to completely seal it shut and it never work again. And that's not good if I ever want to get rid of it.
Well, that happened with Jen's her caliper. It was like one day I walked in and got in a car and I was like a little squishy, and there's like fucking pool of water in the back, on the back floor board, in the front, on the passenger side. I'm like, what the hell? Like, why is that side just there's pulling in the passenger floor and the rear, the rear floor. And it was not like a little bit of water. It was like a stock trout.
Yeah. So
I look online and I found a guy in England who is fixing it. And I kept going, why does he keep saying the driver's side? And I was like, oh, because the steering wheel's on the other side. So at that point, I realized it's a right side problem. It just happens to be his driver's side. And my brother-in-law and I, went through and followed the instructions on where the water's coming in, sealed it, and it's been fine ever since.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
until
crazy.
Joe hit the freaking mailbox on the actual American driver's side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at it going, yeah, we're going to get some water. And guess what? Every time it rains, it gets water in the driver's side floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully it's not a terrible fix or whatever. At least as long as it's fixable, right? Like and affordable. Like fine,
everything's fixable.
Well, right, but is it affordable? Is it worth like?
Yeah, I mean, it might cost a couple $100. It is.
That I'm prepared for. I'm not paying $1,000 to fucking have.
No, I'll seal it up with some silicone for $1,000.
That's what I'm saying. Is that fuck that? Like,
like you said, Kevin, you got a guy who's been doing that with it. He probably knows exactly what's up.
Yeah, exactly. There's a local guy here, and I used to use him when I ran an old shop, and all he did was window motors and regulators. And he would actually go out to people's houses, but he'd go out to shops too. And we had him out at our shop all the time when I ran the lube. Nice. And customers like, hey, I need a window motor. I'm like, okay, bring it. I'd call this guy and be like, oh, I'll be there next Wednesday at whatever.
Yeah.
So we'd have the customer drop it off, and he would charge us a little bit less. We would charge the customer regular price. He'd make money, we'd make money.
Yeah.
And then everything he did was just so quick. Like we would just tell him what's going on. He's like, all right, I know what's going on with that. He'd just bring the right parts. And it was
some people they're good at what they do.
That's it.
Yeah. And then Kevin found somebody who had a a bobcat near work one day and was like,
"Oh yeah, I was coming home like,
hey, can you do some work at my house?"
Yes, I need to do the French drain around the addition because we did it around the rest of the house, and I didn't want to do it myself. I was going to rent, because with all the hurricane damage, you can't get guys to come out and do stuff.
No.
For like little work, like they don't want to come out.
They
don't want to come out to my house for a couple $100 when they can go do a big job that they can stay on all week and make thousands.
Well, it's finally dying down enough where people are starting to have to take.
I was expecting. I'm like, okay, I'll pay someone $1,000 to do this, so I don't have to fucking do it myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whatever. So he comes out, gives me a quote, and he goes, man, because he has to come out there twice. Once to dig it, we'll lay all the pipe, and then he's got to come and finish it. And he's like, I'm gonna need like $500. I go, done.
So
yeah, $500 done.
Yeah, because he's gonna come dig it. Kevin and I are gonna put the rock down, the first layer, put the pipe down,
and then he's gonna come with his bobcat and fill it all in with rock, grate out all the grass.
Because when they come and deliver the rock, they just dump it in a pile, so it won't be that bad for Kevin and I to do the little bit we have to put down.
Yeah. So it cost me like $500 in rock. He's going to charge someone for $1,000.
Yeah. So
then I was telling him where the water line comes in the house, and I go, somewhere underneath this ground is a water line that comes in the house, and I go, I am going to mark the place where you can dig because I know exactly where that water line is not. And so I said, I'll have everything marked off in red paint. I go, don't go outside that red paint.
That's funny.
Yeah. And then we don't know exactly how far out, like when they put the ghost pipe down for when we eventually do the second bathroom. I don't think it's that far out.
Yeah, so we just got to dig a little by hand.
Yeah, so there's like a little corner that he cannot touch because we don't know how far it actually comes out. I'm like, I know where it goes. I just don't know how far it comes out. So, but yeah, at least we felt very, very productive today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Productive. This is my first cigar of the day.
Yeah.
I got
really?
I didn't even get my Tech Tip Sunday in today. So.
Oh my God.
Wow.
He slept in. He had that intense therapy on Friday, and then he had to work. And then he had to work.
It was fucking boring because I forgot my. Well, actually, I couldn't find my earbuds. I get home and I'm unpacking my duffel bag, and I reached in the corner, and there were my earbuds.
Yeah, and they were there the whole time.
So,
and then he had to work Saturday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the therapy's just boring because I'm by myself. I don't have a trainer or a physical therapist with me.
You just don't have somebody.
Karen, you used to work out all the time. When you worked out by yourself, did you ever work out as hard as when you had a partner? You pushed each other.
No, it's always better with a partner.
Like I said, your partner always like, hey man, I noticed on that last set you're kind of slacking a little bit. Why don't you kick in a few more, up that weight a little bit?
See, I feel like if I worked out with somebody, I would be distracted and I wouldn't work out. Like I would be chatting.
No. I mean, a good workout partner. There's not a lot. You talk, but there's not a lot of chatting going.
Let's talk more bulk.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know. So, but it was a productive day. So
that's it.
Hopefully it doesn't fucking pour the rain for the next
And then if you ever die at the gym, just make sure your partner puts more plates on the rack. So when they come, looks like you're tough.
That makes sense.
Put on more
or
plates.
That you were murdered.
He was lifting how much? That's impressive.
Yeah,
for his max.
What's everybody smoking tonight? First of all, Jen, we know you're smoking the 20-acre farm.
Yep, almost done with it. It's okay. Find it kind of bland.
It's a light Connecticut. It is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Based off what you were smoking today, that's like.
Yeah, but that's the type of cigar I have in the morning with a cup of coffee, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's very uneventful. Actually, honestly disappointed.
It has a creamy undertone to it. Yeah. That's why I like it with coffee. See, I don't like lighter cigars, but I do like lighter cigars in the morning with a cup of coffee.
I had a Sweet Jane with coffee, and it was perfect just because of the sweet. Oh my God. I was like, and then I just kept smoking
sweet and tip. Yeah. Yeah, they're a good cigar.
What are you nubbing on there, Kerr? You're about burning your fingers.
It's a silent green one. I was smoking pretty dark today from the get go. I needed to downgrade a little bit. What about you guys?
I smoked a Diamond Crown. I'm not really feeling it. I like let it go out, and I don't feel like relighting it.
You should smoke that El Baton.
I'm not going to smoke another cigar.
I've just finished up with a Sober Mesa Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. I'm getting ready to light up a cigar. This has been in one of my Tupper doors for a couple of years. I crown cut it for a video showing people how to crown cut it. But I took the band off because I didn't want to advertise the band.
And we don't know what.
And I don't know what it is, so I'm like, to hell with it. Now I'm just gonna. I've seen it. It's been years.
You don't know what it is?
No.
I have no idea what it is, but I saw. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna smoke.
And it smells amazing.
Yeah, I'm just.
How's the cold draw?
Oh well, now it's too late. You already.
Yeah, it's a little bit, but
I don't know. It's
like a little bit of toasted wheat bread.
And there's like this. You could see the green in the vein. Like it's like
one of the pronounced veins is
so cool.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's probably going to be the best cigar you've ever had.
I know.
I don't know what it is.
Because you don't know. For once, Kevin does not. But you know it's a cigar you would like because you wouldn't know. Unless you cut it because you didn't care.
Yeah. I cut it because I didn't care.
That's what I mean.
It's in one of my hundreds of miscellaneous cigars.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you what it is.
I've been smoking a lot lately. Brad over at Zeal Cigars sent me some of his house blends.
Yeah.
The ones wrapped in newspaper, which you've seen other people selling.
Yeah,
they're
I've really been now.
Yeah, like everybody.
Yeah.
Like when him and Tim Swanson, when they were with Cigar Warehouse, when they were like selling, like nobody was doing that. Now everybody is doing that. I think Pravada Brian, he calls his the paper boy.
Yeah, I actually had some of them. I had his Candela. It was pretty good when I was with Chris Walmer. He gave me the Candelas wrapped in newspapers. Pretty good.
That's right, from Zeal. Yeah, he got those from Brad. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Did he get them from Brad? I thought he told me he got them from Pravada.
Oh, did he? I thought Chris was a Zeal guy. Maybe he got them from Pravada.
I think it was Pravada. He said he's had them for a couple of years. They were really good, and I think when you have something like Candela, having it wrapped in newspaper protects the green.
Isn't the paper boy by Pravada new?
Yeah, it's new. So they just came out with that like in the last month or so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought Chris was a Zeal cigar guy.
Yeah.
It might be. Excuse me. I thought it was from a couple of years ago. We slept in too over this weekend. It's the first time I slept in past. Oh
Not
my God.
me.
Obviously, last week we were just nonstop with our vacation, and then going back to work. We were both working late all week.
Do you guys have any stuff coming up?
I have an event Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
I have an event Tuesday. I'm going down to Somerville for. But I get up on Saturdays and Sundays around 7:30. That's my sleeping in. 7 on Sunday, so I can get ready, for work.
We slept till 9 yesterday.
Slept till 9 on Saturday. I can't tell you the last time I slept till 9.
I think I was at 9 this morning too.
And I gotta tell you,
your alarm went off.
Yeah,
I felt great all effing day. Like I felt so good. I wasn't getting tired. I felt great. And today I think I slept until 8. And again,
luckies. I get up at like 6 every day.
Well, so do I normally.
If I don't want to, 5:30, 6 o'clock, my brain just says, okay, it's time to wake the fuck up.
I'm telling you, for the last several years, my internal alarm clock on weekends will always get me up, and I always do set my alarm just in case. And it's usually 7:30 on the weekends because Jen gets up at 5:45, 5:30, 5:45 on the weekdays. And I'll usually get up with her. Sometimes I'll sleep in a little bit longer to about 8:50 to about 6:15, but that's usually when I'm getting up, and I'll come down and eat breakfast. And I'm usually in front of the computer at 6:30, doing work. And this weekend, man, we
just needed to chill.
And I got to tell you, I liked it because it felt good, like physically, but mentally, I hated it because a couple hours passed. I'm like, it's 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
I hate Jessica. I'll say something. I'll look at it'll be like 11:30, and I'm like,
but
I'm
for
not
me.
I haven't gotten like a couple of my things accomplished. I'm like, well, day's over. What? She's like, it's 11:30. I'm like,
stresses me out.
It might as well be 6. Day's over.
Because when he acts that way, I'm like, motherfucker, I have been up and I was quiet. I let you fucking I make no noise. Not when Kevin's got shit to do. Fucking everybody in the house fucking knows it. He's like,
I got up at 9 about 9:05, and I'm like, hey, You ready to go work out in the
You're not
I had been ready.
Yeah, she said that. She goes, I've been ready waiting for you. And I'm like, all right, let's go. And she's like, all right, I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta put a bra on. I gotta change my shirt.
Well, I didn't go in the bedroom and turn the. That's fine. Next time, I will come in there like you do and turn every motherfucking light on, make noise, slam. I'll turn the closet light on, leave it on, walk out. I won't give a shit. It's called courtesy. You don't have that for me. I have that for you, which I need.
You can walk in and open a drawer, grab a bra, and then.
First off, Kevin, I love you, but you are literally the most selfish person I've ever met my entire life. You really are. When it comes to certain things, you don't think of others at all. At all. Especially me, meaning me. Others is me. He just makes so much noise. The kids slept just as long as you did, and I was just sitting there motherfucking you all.
Yep.
Sometimes I'll even take the coffee grinder into the garage to grind my coffee so I don't wake you up. That's how courteous I am. You are welcome. I don't get that in return. I get ice maker noise. The fucking ice maker.
Pulling the ice and dropping it in my stainless.
Then it falls and it goes ding, ding. Yeah. I hear it going into the sink. Oh, man, I want to get up and just like drop kick it.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to like punch him in the throat.
I'll drop an ice cube, so I'll pick it up and then I 3-point it into the sink like 6 feet away. So you know what that sounds like.
Sleeping in is not an option for me, regardless if I wanted to.
Oh my god, that's great.
Yeah, that's what Kevin does. He's like, bing, and he'll like leave. He turns the fucking closet light on, and then he like jumps on the bed, like plops down, and then I'm like, oh, I'm awake. Oh, okay.
Well, it's because our bed is 4 feet off the ground. So
you're way tall. What do you mean? You can just sit.
Yeah.
I have to jump up on the bed. You can just sit. Anyway, whatever. I
don't hear you in the mornings as much as I used to.
No, not in this house.
You close the door, but man, before, fuck.
Yeah.
Loud as fuck. You used to drop your freaking your hair dryer or whatever.
Oh
it was
yeah.
Noisy.
Well, and then feeding Cooper, like it
Or
just, our other house was very echoey. So it didn't matter where you were, the grinder, the dog food.
Or if I'd fall asleep on a couch, because our old couch I loved, our old wraparound couch. And I'd lay down there and watch TV and fall asleep, especially if my back would hurt me because it was perfect. And then she'd come downstairs and hit the grinder, and I'd be like, what the fuck? She'd be like, I'm sorry.
I'm in the kitchen.
And then she'd feed Cooper,
upstairs.
And it sounded like she was taking every kibble and like standing over his metal bowl from this far.
I feel you on that, Kerr. That's how I feel about, like, it's like I tune into something, and then it's like, even though it's probably really not that bad, it grates on my nerves.
My hearing's a little effed up for like the first 15 minutes when I'm up.
This morning with the trail mix, you were freaking
oh my god.
out.
It's like the first 15 minutes I'm up, maybe 20 minutes, my hearing's a little sensitive. And it was like, this morning she's like,
I did it. I was taking these out of the cellophane and putting them in our candy.
You need to do ASMR.
I go, Jen, what the fuck are you doing?
Filling our candy jar.
She's like, I'm filling a candy jar. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you unwrapping 8 miles of freaking cellophane on each freaking piece of candy? And it went on forever. Like it felt like it was just like this. I finally,
I stopped.
When I start hearing it.
And next was, I was in the pantry and I saw an empty trail mix container, a large one. So I'm like, you know what? There's a bag of walnuts, or almonds, there's a bag of peanuts, there's a bag of sesame sticks. So I poured it there and I started shaking it. Right after the candy thing.
Like what? 8 pieces at a time? 8 pieces? Shake. 8 pieces? Shake. 8 pieces? Shake.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's the stuff. I feel you there, because that's what, like, I told Kevin, it was probably like the second year we lived together. I would lay there. I'd be like, I don't even have to open my eyes. I know that you turned on the light and then you got shit out of your drawer and then you sit down and you get dressed and then you put your shoes on and then you walk around the house brushing your teeth. Like, I didn't even have to open my eyes to know he was doing any of it, because my fucking hearing would tune in to his fucking toothbrush.
Well, in 2 weeks,
it drove me crazy.
Kevin, did Jess tell you there's going to be a new addition to the family?
She just mentioned something yesterday about that.
Yeah.
Her name is going to be Crimson Curie.
Crimson
for short.
Curry. I like that. That's cute.
Kerr's excited. We are picking her up on the 20th and bringing her home from Pennsylvania.
Oh, wait. In February you're going?
Yeah.
Oh, February. Okay, cool. How long are you going to Jersey?
For a day, and that's probably a day too long. So we are literally going to drive up leave at midnight, get to my hometown, lunchtime, stay overnight. We're just staying in a Marriott Courtyard, using points. And the following morning, going to Kerry's dad's house.
Nice.
Staying there overnight. And then that morning, because Crimson is only 10 minutes from his hometown. So from your dad's is probably 50 minutes?
Yeah.
He's excited. And then we're driving home with her.
Oh boy, is Joe going with you?
I was just
Monday's President's Day, so he's off from school. Okay. Did you see the picture?
I was just showing Jess. Show me a picture. I was just showing her the article that Guinness World Record dog 30 years old. 30
I saw that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I saw that.
What kind of dog?
Golden Retriever.
No,
wasn't it?
No,
I saw the
black
20-year-old.
It was a name that I did.
The picture you showed me, I thought it was a golden retriever.
I couldn't pronounce the name of the dog.
Oh.
Like it was overseas somewhere, so I didn't.
I saw a golden recently celebrate its 20th birthday.
Yeah.
All white faced.
Yeah, I saw that one. I saw the same article. It was like a black dog. It was 30.
The picture showed him.
Yeah, no, it had some strange name that I wasn't familiar with.
Yeah.
That is cool though. Yeah, I even sent Graham the picture. I was like, look at the puppy they're gonna get.
Yeah, we got a bunch of deliveries from Chewy's yesterday, and
nice.
Getting the house ready, clean the bedroom, her crates up there.
Yeah.
You getting house ready for the dog? Like a guest coming?
A Portuguese pooch. It's in Portuguese.
Oh,
It's in Portugal.
Portuguese water dog?
No, it's he's a purebred Rafario do Alejandro.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is going to be, she's 90% golden, 10% doodle.
30 years.
Dark red.
Okay, I told you. I said it looked like there was a little bit of poodle.
I meant to tell you. I went back and looked at what Jen said, and then I forgot to tell you. I told Graham that.
Yeah, because my buddy Keith, he had two labradoodles.
Oh, cute.
The dad is 100% red gold, and he's beautiful. And mom is second generation golden doodle. She's very big. They're expecting her to fully grown be about 75 pounds. So she'll be.
How big was her litter?
12. 6 boys, 6 girls.
Wow.
And the puppies are beautiful. Crimmy has a white star on her chest and a little white goatee.
That's cute.
So we'll come back Monday. Jen has off Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Jen goes to work. Joe goes to school.
It set to come home at lunch.
Kerr has the dog and work.
It'll be fun.
Yeah,
you guys are crazy.
Take it out like
puppy.
every 2 hours and do the puppy thing, and
No, I'm taking care of the dog. I don't want
you
him
should
to worry about
You
it.
should find a place like we have near us. It's called Camp Bow Wow.
We are. I already found that it's called Dog Culture.
That's called Camp Money. That's more money.
So
going
I already
out the
found a place
door.
that I love called. It's near the hospital. A lot of my coworkers bring their dogs there, so she would have friends there as well.
So cute.
And it's called Dog Culture, and they're open from 7 a to 7 p. But
I miss the days
it
of
won't
just
be
dogs
until like
being
she's 4
fucking
months
dogs.
old, just because of getting all her shots
you're
and
right.
everything.
Yeah.
Just dogs being dogs. Now it's like I gotta take him to the fucking store. I gotta take him to the restaurant. Oh, I gotta take him to Camp Bow Wow so he's got friends and she's got friends. And my dog identifies as freaking shut the fuck up. It's your dog. It's your pet. You play with it. They're cute. They're part of the family. But you don't go to fucking Home Depot and then the fucking Jersey Mike's with your dog and then take them to Camp Bow Wow so they get their fingernails painted and play with their best friend Smoochie.
Oh my god.
They're dogs.
One of my favorite TikToks to watch is these people who pick up their dogs and they go on a bus and they go, come on, and all the dogs go to their little daycare. They get on the bus, they get buckled in, and they're all excited.
No, there's buses.
Yes.
Oh my god, would that be great? The bus.
It's so fucking cute.
Did you send
God,
did you send the
fantastic.
did you send the one in the bullies group about the track team? Or I know you sent it to me.
Team?
No, it was a high school track team. So when they were practicing, they would actually the entire team goes to the local shelter, and they all grab a dog and they all run with the dogs.
Oh, that's
and
neat.
then so the dogs get the exercise, and then as the track team is running, people would know the track team, and they'd go up and see the dog, and they've helped
get adopted. Yeah, apparently it's a bit of
I'm
tradition.
still stuck on the whole school bus for dogs.
Yeah,
That's all you need in the morning
I'll
is
have
that
to.
piece.
I'll have to find it. It's so
Yeah.
cute. And then
Kerr out in his robe in the morning, waiting for the school bus, holding the dog.
Come on, bring me. I'm for school.
I refuse. No fucking way.
Yeah,
I've got her.
In all fairness,
her
I think this is in
already. Her collar and leash is coming. That I got her name embroidered on it.
No.
We got some toys delivered yesterday. A bed.
Yep.
It's gonna be great.
Of course.
It is.
Yeah.
It's gonna be wonderful.
Sounds awesome.
Kevin's like, don't you dare even think about bringing a
No,
fucking
there'd be no.
I couldn't handle it. But first off, Sky couldn't handle it.
You have two. What's another one?
Yeah, but no, because Sky came from when we took her on. She had already had so many issues, and one of them was being even with Stella, I think is a little bit much for her. Like she does not do good in packs. Like, she's not a pack dog. She was very food aggressive, like because she didn't get to eat enough. Like the other dogs would like take over. She just didn't do well. So I think if we added another element into this house, I don't think she would do well. Stella friggin' is like completely jealous of Sky. Like she should have probably just stayed an only dog. I mean, she does well, but I know it bothers her. So like the two of them both kind of are like, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
I told Jen, I said, be prepared too for the asshole cat that doesn't like anybody but Jen. They just shit and piss all over the place because they're angry.
It'll be fun.
Oh,
Because that cat's gonna be, no, it'll be fun. I'm like, okay, all right, because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Kerr gets up at 5 a.m. to take a piss and steps in either cat or dog shit. And
well, you guys are crating the dog, I assume.
In our bedroom, so I got a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
Joe wanted the crate in his room, and I said, Joe, you're not going to get up with her in the middle of the night when she's a puppy. It's like a baby. You have to get up. Get her out.
Yeah, you want to keep doing that so they can.
Yeah, so she
wait till the dog
until she gets
3 a.m, pisses in the freaking crate and rolls around in it and flops and sprays urine all over the place.
Yeah, I'm glad that both the dogs. When we got Stella, she was potty. She was already housebroken, and so was
within a week.
Sky.
I'll have her trained.
So you're gonna get.
You heard it here
laughing.
first on the Bully Show.
Yeah,
1 week, and the dog will be freaking potty trained perfectly.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get a fence at all for the dog, or? Yeah.
No, training her.
Yeah,
Nope,
Stella was
gonna have a leash.
untrainable. That bitch friggin' jet out of that yard. I'm glad we got.
She's already learning commands where she is now, and she's doing very well. So when we get her, she's 11 weeks, so she's a little over 9 weeks.
Are they
now.
trying to housebreak? Are they trying to train the dogs? To
Yeah,
go outside?
she's not going outside. She is in a certain area because there's another litter with younger pups. The owners or the breeders, whatever you want to call them, are very concerned with diseases and viruses. Their son has had 2 bone marrow transplants, is in remission, doing well. So they're just really extra careful with bringing anything into the home. So it'll be very quick. She does go in a specific area right now.
Wow, 2 bone marrow transplants, man.
Yeah.
That's how old's the kid?
I believe he's about 10 or 11 now. He has HLA. I can't remember. It's a type of blood disease, and he's doing well, and he's in remission now. So
that's good.
Man, that's tough.
No, that is.
Yeah.
That's like my cousin Becca, the same thing. I can't remember what it's called, but she had a blood disease and she had to have
Yeah, I know I'm on the national bone marrow list, and God, my dad had to give bone marrow once, and
really,
yeah, he said that was the single most painful thing he's ever experienced.
It is. They pour right into your SI joint.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
So
I would do it.
I mean,
I would do it for my loved ones. I know it sounds selfish to say, oh, why wouldn't you do it for anyone? I don't know, like that. Like even with Wyatt, it's like I can't take it. Like he's the only one who could give me blood and save my life, and I wouldn't take it. Like I wouldn't take blood from him.
I would give it for anybody. I mean, because there's so few matches out there.
Yeah.
If you find a match and that person says no, I mean that person just signed your death warrant.
Yeah, but that person has to go through the testing in order to become a match. So why would you go through those links and then say no? Like, why would you go get tested to see if you match someone?
Second guess. Yeah, I mean, last second decision, especially when you've got to go through all that pain. I would. If I knew someone had a match with me, I wouldn't care if it was a family member or not.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like that. That's what I'm saying. I've never went and gotten tested, so I have no idea if I would be a match for someone or not.
Type.
Yeah.
I don't know what yours is.
I don't have blood.
I don't. Yeah, both Wyatt and I are both A negative.
Jessica's alien.
Yes.
I am. I have the alien.
Your family members are in Vegas, out in the desert.
Oh yeah, I bet. They say like, because I'm like my percentage, the Rh negative, like is really like there's not many of us that have Rh negative. So, but we're not the rarest blood type. We're just the third. I think we're the third. Like
confirmed alien blood.
Yeah. Yeah. No, like my mom and dad are both positive. My mom's O positive, my dad's A positive, and I somehow became A negative, which doesn't make any fucking sense to me. But my mom's O, I guess, did it. I don't know. Isn't O part of the universal? But my mom's not. Just the A. I think it's the O negative or O something that's universal. But she couldn't give me blood. Like, I would die. My blood would. Any other blood, my own blood attacks me when I was pregnant. Like if I gave birth, I had to have shots so it would save my life because my own blood decided to attack my body.
How's the what's the weather up there? You guys getting that nasty cold spell that everybody else is, or I don't know how far down that was coming.
It was chilly yesterday.
I mean, it's been chilly in the mornings and then it warms up and it like gets really beautiful for a couple of hours.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
And then like it'll get chilly again.
I've been reading everybody like -30, -4, what it feels like.
My niece is up in Burlington.
Oh gosh, so she's really getting it. Yeah, we got friends in Burlington. But,
Graham said it was nice like a couple days and then all of a sudden it got real icy, rainy, cold, and then it was gone. He said it's still chilly, but not like. So he goes, so whatever cold front I guess they were getting, it had already passed.
Is he back up in North Carolina?
Yeah, he's still at Fort Bragg.
It'll be in the low 60s to mid 60s all week this week. So it gets really nice, from around noon, until later in the early in the afternoon.
It's been a very mild winter here.
Yeah, it has been very mild.
That's good though. That is good.
Yeah, usually it gets cold. We've had a few days of super cold for down here, and usually we'll get like maybe a snowstorm, but I think one day we had some flakes, but that's about it.
That's not bad.
It's been pretty good. I mean,
yeah,
we could still get it though. It's early.
Yeah,
we've had snow in March and early.
Oh yeah. My sister said that the weather just sucks. Like
imagine. I see Western Pennsylvania, freaking Jersey. I mean, my dad got some snow. No, fuck that. I'm happy not getting the snow.
Is your dad ever going to move out of there and move a little further south so he's not having to deal with that? He's getting older.
No.
No.
My stepmom is from that area and her daughters live there, and the umbilical cord would not reach that far.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's no.
So I take it you guys your trip there is going to be short, so you're not going to have time to go stop in and see Lars or.
No, we're going to go to Sanj's place, I think, in Jersey.
Oh, Sanj's, yeah.
It's like 10-15 minutes from my mom's house, so we'll leave Joe with my mom.
We'll discuss the quality of cellophane with him when I go.
Yeah.
It's such a cool lounge. It really is. It's a fucking cool area. I mean, well, for like that area, it's a cool area because it can be. But where it's located is nice. You go a couple seconds down the road on either end. It is sketchy at best. So
I know where it's located.
I mean, I'll probably reach out to Lars, see if he goes there. But
I just saw that he was there the other day.
Yeah, I heard from Alessandra today.
Oh, did you?
She messaged me because I took that picture of her in the most recent Servant show. Yeah. And she's like, hey, thanks a lot for posting. That was great. She's like, I don't have Apple TV, but if you could you just record that little section that I'm in?
Oh,
and I was
that's cool. Now, are they filming up there, or is she out like in California?
No, they filmed. They filmed. The Servant, anything M. Night Shyamalan does is always done in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Area. Yeah. Every movie.
Yeah. Oh.
Every movie's based in Philadelphia, Berks County, Philadelphia area.
I think people don't realize how much filming is actually done in
he's from that area.
In New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Like there's a lot of actual production and film done that's not in Hollywood.
He's from that area. So like Signs, they built a house in Berks County.
Oh, okay.
They built it first. What was his the other one? Sixth Sense is the whole thing's based in Philly.
Yeah.
The Lady in the Water was in Philadelphia.
Village.
I did not know. I did not know that one.
Yeah, the Village was in Berks County as well. You know, big. You know, that whole area was filmed in that area.
Now, her thing was that a TV show or a movie?
Servant is a series.
Servant is a series on Apple that M. Night Shyamalan
did. I didn't know he was doing like any type of new series, so I didn't.
He does. He started a production company a while back, and he was taking some of his short stories and giving them to writers to write out and directors. Like there's a movie called Devil, which is a fantastic movie, based in Philly again.
Yeah.
That was a short story that he wrote, and
cool.
Someone else, kind of took the story, wrote a whole freaking script to it, and another director came in. He's done a couple of movies like that, and he does. I think he's doing some series now. I think underneath that production company.
I feel bad though. She can't even watch her own self. Like
it's a quick, it's a
right, but like
it's probably about about 5-10 seconds of
still though. Like that's like if that gets her kind of started and.
It was pretty neat to see.
It's exciting for her, you know. Like that's pretty cool. But that sucks that she can't even watch herself though. That sucks.
No, but I told her I said no problem. It's we know the scene, and the scene's like a real quick scene. It's only probably like I said 5 seconds. Nice. 10 seconds, not even.
Series is good. First 2 seasons was really good. Third was fair. This one
starting to drag out a little bit.
I'm hoping it changes, but it's just like.
Well, M. Night
is great.
His movies, in my opinion, they're either really, really great or they really, really kind of fall short.
Or they really.
Like Jennifer loves The Village.
I love that movie.
Me, I'm like
snoozer. It was okay. Like I said, the ending. It's
happening was not happening.
Yeah. Yeah, not that
Mark
great.
Wahlberg running away from the wind.
I know, like that was just every time the wind blew and like people were like, what is going on?
Oh my gosh, stop moving! The grass is blowing. I'm like, shut up, Mark Wahlberg.
I know, Lady in the Water, kind of. It was okay.
That was
Lady in the Water was fair.
That was another one I thought was okay. I thought The Village was. I was disappointed.
Yeah.
I think obviously Sixth Sense is great. Signs is one of my favorites.
The Signs was good. It was a little it got a little cheesy at the end, but Signs was really good. Signs was good. Yeah.
I love Glass. I love freaking Unbreakable.
I never saw the other
series.
How many were there? Was there 3 in that series or 3?
3.
Yeah, I really wanted to see the other 2 follow-ups.
Oh my god! What's his face is in it? The first one is Unbreakable.
Yeah, with Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis.
Yes, and the second one's the one. What is that called? With the guy who plays what's his name? The English actor.
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy. What's the second one?
I have to.
James McAvoy's in it and plays this guy with like 18 personalities.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing that like that. Yeah.
He's freaking brilliant.
So Sam Jackson and Bruce Willis did not come back for 2 and 3.
Well, what happened was first was Unbreakable.
Yeah.
And then the second one came out, right?
Yeah.
And I think it was called The Beast, or maybe it was The Beast, but it was but at the end of the movie, like when they roll the credits, Bruce Willis is in it. So you're like, why the hell is Bruce Willis there? So then M. Night Shyamalan came in and said, well, this movie is kind of a sequel to Unbreakable. And then Glass was the third and final installment, which had Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, okay.
But the second one didn't have them in it except for Bruce Willis at the end, which kind of split, which kind of connected,
awesome movie.
Which connected it to Glass, or connected it to Unbreakable, and then connected it to Glass, which I think Unbreakable is another one of my all-time favorite.
All three were
M. Night Shyamalan movies, just because I love comic books. Yeah, I love this whole take on comic books and freaking reality. Devil it was a short story that he wrote, and someone else wrote, but you can tell it's an M. Night movie. What a freaking great movie! It's when you read the tagline, you're like, 7 people stuck in an elevator, and one of them isn't who they seem to be, and you're like, how scary and how freaking great can a movie be with 7 people in an elevator? Whoa, proven wrong. Yeah, great movie. Fantastic movie. Really.
Yeah, I wanted to see Airbender when it came out, but then it got such bad reviews, and they said he really ruined the series because I love the car. I watched the entire series.
I really did, but I loved the movie. I wish they would have made I wish they would have continued.
Yeah, they were supposed to, but it didn't.
I hate that. Whoever hated it, I'm sorry. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Old. He did the other one, Old, that we liked.
Yeah, that was a good.
That was a really good one.
Old.
It was.
They're on a beach.
It was about in 2021.
Oh yes, I remember seeing just the trailer for Old, and it actually looked pretty good.
It was really good. The Visit, I thought The Visit was okay.
The Visit was all right.
It was a good one, but it wasn't. But it was okay.
Because Old has come up on our Netflix a couple times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we really should.
You watch it, like the trailer, you're like, all right, they get old. But it actually
it's really good.
Kevin and I watch, even if we think it's going to be fucking late, we go, we're committed now. We watch the preview. Now we got to fucking watch it.
Rogue Heroes, excellent.
Yeah.
Love
you
it.
like Rogue Heroes, Kev.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you about the SAS, the beginning of the SAS, World War II.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great cast.
A good cast. It's got some interesting humor to it. But we've passed by it a few times. I'm like, we got to watch that. So we watched the first episode, and I was like, we watched all 6, and I heard that it was renewed for a second season.
Okay.
But then I start looking up and researching the history behind it. It's pretty interesting how the SAS started.
What network is that on?
It's
MGM.
We watched it through Prime.
Fucking MGM.
But after the second episode, you had to get MGM Plus for $5.99. Like, we're hooked into it. We got to watch it.
How they get you.
I know.
Now I'll cancel it until they come back out with.
Well, there's other series that look good. So
that's how they get you. We have other series. Right. Next thing you know, you're paying another $5.99.
Yeah. It adds up, man. They all add up, and at the end, I'm like, all that money I was saving for not having cable. Now it's like. Because I think they do it on purpose.
They do.
I think every one of these freaking Paramount, Disney, MGM, I think everybody has one. Hulu, everyone has one really good fucking series.
1923 is on tonight.
That's right. That gets really good reviews.
Yep.
And you're like, I want to watch that series. We don't have that, but it's only $5.99. It's sort of the other 12 fucking stations that we have are only $5.99.
Yeah. See, I used to be real into like a couple shows, like on Hulu and then on Netflix and then on Apple for a little bit. But I used to be able to. I had like a free year through Apple, like for one of my iPhone thingies.
Yeah.
And then after
Hulu.
Yeah, and the same thing with Hulu too. I did one time.
Yeah, I just had to re-up for HBO Max. We better get our fucking money's worth out of that.
See, now HBO Max has.
I like HBO
that we like. I have I've had Netflix for a million years now, like
me too.
forever. But people always say, like, honestly, people are like, "Oh, Netflix." I love Netflix. Like, I can navigate it. I understand it. It has the genre of stuff that I like. Most of the time I like their Netflix series. People are so bent out of shape, and I'm like, I guess if that's like, if you're looking for other things, I mean, I guess, but I find what I need on Netflix.
Hey, everybody's getting bent out of shape because now Netflix is cracking down on the fucking password thing.
If everybody actually paid attention, they've done it only in a few countries. It hasn't been implemented here, and what they're ultimately going to do is they're not saying that you can't have it playing somewhere else, because they realize people travel, like, you know, they have kids in
every
college,
hotel you go to asks you to enter in your Netflix. They offer Netflix and you got to put in your username, password.
Yeah. So they're not going to bill you unless you literally all of a sudden have 12 people watching something.
Well, I was just reading something the other day, and it was they said at least once a month that user has to log in from the home network.
Who cares?
So, you know, which some people are irritated because the military overseas.
Right.
They're like, I pay for it. I can't log into my home network. So they're going to, you know, not be able to log in.
Well, no, they were saying that it would just be a password, technically, that says that that's your.
Well, the reason they're doing this is because everybody shared their Netflix password with 30 people for all these years.
Yeah.
And
I had years where my username and password was used by my sister and by my niece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend Dustin used mine for the longest time. He has his own now. Graham uses it and we use it. My parents share with my sister. So, you know, it is what it is. But I think they said it was going to cost you, like, you can add people who are like not in your household for like $2 or something extra a month. Well, I'm already paying like $21 a month.
And that person is never chipping in his $2.
Yeah. So if it comes to that, maybe I would consider. But I will tell you right now, I love Netflix. I'm paying the money for it. I'm gonna continue.
We watch some good stuff on Netflix. It just seems like, you know, with everything popping up, it's like Epics, freaking Cinemax. It's like, it's just.
Yeah, I'm not going to go.
Like, you know what? I don't like that series that good. I don't like it. That
Discovery Plus.
The what was it? I was watching. I think I'll probably end up getting it Epic again. Is when the mayor of whatever, the one that Jeremy Renner was in.
Oh
great movie, a great series.
They've been ever since his accident. I've been seeing a few things. It looks like a good series.
It's a fantastic series. I loved it. It was really done really well. And the guy who does Yellowstone and does 1889, 1923 he wrote that. He does that series too. That's why it's so freaking good. It's the same. That dude. He actually played one of the horse handlers in Yellowstone, and Yellowstone got so big, and it was just this fucking guy who was just a freaking, you know, he was a writer and he wrote a couple of really good movies too, and he's just kind of like an extra on the show, you know, just played a little bit of a couple roles. Next thing you know, he's blowing up all over the place, and everything he's writing is just fucking awesome.
Yeah. People
Taylor something or other. I can't think of it.
Yellowstone High.
Taylor Sheridan. Just, I mean, it's like, God dang.
Yeah, I like sci-fi stuff. So, you know, like there's certain things that just it's not hitting it, you know, like I don't see that really many good sci-fi stuff out there right now. And it sucks because that's my genre. Like that's what I want to watch.
Me too.
And it's just not out there. And it's disappointing. It's disappointing.
Did you see Nope?
I don't
think
recall.
so.
Stupid.
I don't think so.
What's his face? Jordan Peele.
No.
Oh, okay. Everybody said that was really good.
You didn't like it?
It wasn't.
I personally liked about 3/4 of it.
Yeah, the ending was horrible.
But Wyatt, my son Wyatt loves it. A lot of people talk about how great it is. It's sci-fi movie.
I'll have to watch it.
It's sci-fi movie. Because I'm like you, I like sci-fi.
Mhm.
So, and there's times I'm like, I just want to watch a sci-fi movie and not have to think about it. Like I want a mind numbing. What was that show? What was the movie we watched? Moonfall.
Oh, I've never seen that.
You got to watch it.
Yeah.
Which one was that?
The one with the moon was getting closer. Remember that? And I was like, I just want to watch this movie because it looks like it's mindless.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was like, after I was done watching the movie, I was like, man, that movie was great because I didn't have to think about it. I literally, it just gave me the basic entertainment I was looking for.
Yeah.
And it was a good sci-fi. I mean,
did you ever see that sci-fi series Terra Nova?
No.
I think it sounds familiar.
Okay,
I think I watched a little bit of it.
So it
Halle
still
Berry's
pains me because Terra Nova was amazing, and then they canceled it, right? And it was like, that's the kind of sci-fi shows that need to be made, right? And then they canceled the good stuff.
And that's what people are getting pissed off. You know, like I said, some of these series only running 2 seasons. It's like
one season,
the number one show on.
Oh yeah, Terra Nova.
And then it gets canceled, and everybody's like, "What is going on?"
I mean, Terra Nova was a year. I mean, we're talking about quite a few years ago, but it
was I remember that. Yeah,
fucking good. And I remember when that got I was like, why? And that was the first time I kind of started seeing that downward spiral of all of this sci-fi stuff really just started not doing well. And then on Netflix, The 100 was but that was incredible. I'm glad that it did all the seasons. It was such a good show. I freaking wish they would make more stuff like that. I like it.
We had 2 shows that we watched that we were just completely hooked on, and they canceled both. Yeah. One was Castle Rock, which was Stephen King.
Right.
It was tied in to Castle Rock and all the happenings in that area
in Maine,
and referenced everything from it to Shawshank Redemption. Wow. The last season or last series was all about what's her face before the movie with Kathy Bates and Robert
Misery.
Oh, Misery.
Her whole life leading up to that moment where she starts getting obsessed with him in Misery, her whole backstory. And then it was such a great show, canceled. Yeah. Then there was another one, Mindhunter, which kind of went back to the origins and the beginnings of the FBI doing serial killer profile.
Oh, I saw previews for that.
And they marbled in this show with reality. And then what was the one with the guy who was that Castle Rock where the guy could change faces, or he was remember that movie?
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu was another one.
Oh, yeah. We watched
the one where the guy Outsider was another one that was freaking.
Nosferatu ended okay though.
Fair.
They ended it fair. But Kevin and I were very invested in that. That show. The same thing.
Outsider is another one that's
that show that we're watching that's not going to come back, right? The Train.
No, that's coming back. Is it? Yeah.
I thought it's the last season, right?
I don't know if it's the last. No, it is the last season, so they're going to wrap it up.
Yes, Snowpiercer.
I didn't. The movie was terrible.
No, it's not the movie. It's the show.
I know. We talked about this before.
The
movie
show
was terrible.
Is amazing. Kerr. The show.
I promise to I got to give it a try. The movie, when you're in a train,
nothing like it.
Going around the world.
It's not like that. This is this. I think you would enjoy.
All right, I will give it a shot.
I really think you would enjoy it, and I'm very sad that there's only going to be one more first season.
You know what
But
movie?
hopefully they end it fair, like they did with Nosferatu.
Yeah. You know what movie I loved, and then the series sucked, was Stargate.
The movie was great. I never got into the series.
Fantastic. Yeah. But they did have a spin-off series called Stargate Universe.
Oh,
did they?
Which was really, really, really good. And they just ended it and they didn't renew it. And everybody was pissed.
That's what they do.
Really pissed because
don't get it.
It was, I always thought Stargate, the series, was a little cheesy, like Babylon 5 type, kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
And MacGyver, I guess he was the one who was always in Stargate, so it was a little tough to swallow. But Stargate Universe was more of the raw, kind of goes back to the Stargate type, remind me a little bit of the Stargate movie.
Yeah.
Very good series. And I remember watching it and I'm like, oh man, I can't wait for the next series. I was looking up, I'm like, oh, what, they canceled this motherfucker?
I know, it's now where you have to, before you watch something, you need to see how many seasons there are. I
gotta watch the to and from years.
Yeah.
If it's still open, then I gotta look see because I hate getting invested in a series that sounds really good and then realizing it's only one season, because then I'll watch it and I'll be pissed. The guy who did Mindhunter, he quit because he wanted to pursue other interests, and he's got a show, I think it's on Netflix, called Love, Sex, and Robots. And
I've not watched it, but I've seen it pop up.
Awesome.
I think it's actually in my list of things to watch.
It's anywhere between, I think, 9 and 15, 20-minute clip, little stories.
Yeah.
And they're all done in different types of cartoon, anime,
cool.
live, and it's all different types of stories. And it is really good, but I was still pissed that he stopped doing Mindhunters to do that, even though I did like it a lot. I think it's if you're into sci-fi, you really, really dig
and
that.
I don't mind one season shows if it ends appropriately.
Most don't, though.
There have been a few that I watch and I'm like, okay, I'm okay with the way this ended if it never came back. But it's the ones that leave you wanting that more. It's like that, you really craving that engagement that's coming from that show and you never get it again. It sucks. It does suck. Because then when you go, okay, something like this, and you're looking for something, and there's never anything that's
it's
to watch to continue.
It's the same when you're reading a book, and it's a multi-series book. You get, one I read and it was 12 in a series, and by the time you get to the end, they wrap everything else up, but you're like, I've spent years investing all my time. These characters are my family. They're my friends. It's where are they now? What are they doing?
Well, that's what I started reading this one author and I was invested. I think he had 4 books at the time when I started reading of this series. And then he just stopped writing and never finished a series. And I was so I went and started finding fan pages of this series and people finishing the fucking series because people were, it was painstaking. I was, and then on Kindle, I had the whole book subscription and everything. And I had, for 4 years, I was reading this one author and she had these, it was spin-off of spin-offs, but it was the same type of kind of vampire-y, sci-fi type stuff. Yeah. And then all of a sudden she just stopped writing for ever. And people were like, hey, when's the, your next book? Oh, I don't know, when it's going to come back, if I'm going to come back and finish the rest of the series. How do you leave people like that? She never came back and finished it, ever.
It's terrible.
I can understand if you died, if the author died, then that your, at least finish it. Fucking finish it.
Jess, if you like sci-fi and stuff, check out Oats Studio.
Oats Studio.
It's another one of those series of short movies. And Sigourney Weaver's in it and a couple other people.
I like that.
It's actually pretty interesting how they do these short little stories, and it's all sci-fi, post-apocalyptic shit. It's actually pretty cool. It's like Love, Sex, and Robots. They're little stories.
Yeah.
the one area that with Oat Studio that irritated me was the graph. I mean, everything's great. Then you're like, you watch something for like 15 minutes or 11 minutes, and it's like it's done. You're like, I want to see. I'd like to see the whole movie of that. That was
right.
The whole thing was like experimental movies, like they're doing it on purpose. But I'm like, God dang.
See, I don't mind. I don't mind stuff like that.
That's the same with like a short story of you're reading a short story and it's only like 125 pages. You're like, this could have been an 800-page novel.
Yeah.
Like what is going on
but
here?
I don't mind those when I'm definitely in that kind of mindset where I want rapid fire information.
Yeah, O Studio is one of those ones where it's like you don't want this in like. That's why I like watching these series, like especially if they're 20-minute, episodes. That's perfect. Even like now we watch them, they were like 50-minute episodes. That was fine because it's like, okay, I can watch it and it builds. I watched Wakanda Forever the other night.
How was it? I heard it sucked. God, everybody said it was so bad.
I kept walking in and I would watch a couple minutes of it and leave.
I'll tell you right now, because that franchise should all the everything, right? Like was selling like hotcakes. It's all in clearance aisle.
Yeah, everything is clearance now.
Black Panther was a great movie, and Chadwick Boseman was fucking awesome, and God rest his soul. And they went this Wakanda Forever, and they introduced a new character, the Submariner, Prince Namor, which I loved in the comic books. And it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
Was it just casting, like acting? Like that was the turn off? Because the character is the character.
It was acting. It was casting. It was
because people have said that about like other stuff too.
The storyline was a little flimsy because Marvel's known for twisting around the original storylines, which is cool. Prince Namor originally was like his mother was from Atlantis, his father was a captain, a sea captain, and that's where he came from, and he was part of like the original. I can't remember what they were called, but it was like him, Captain America, and a couple other guys during World War II. Where this guy was like part of the Mayan temples, and it was like the whole, the white evil, folks who need to conquest and do this. It was like, okay, I get it.
The liberties.
I freaking
away from the actual comic.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. There was like an agenda there.
There definitely was. I mean, even in the one scene where the guy who's the FBI agent who's white, when they rescue him, the chick from Wakanda opens up the door and she goes, "Oh, I can't remember what she called, like conquestor or something. Not a conquistador, but she's like, well, I can't remember what they call us. It's evil, but they're like, oh, a conquestor in chains. There's a switch." Or something like that.
See, and that's like, okay, so like you're totally, it's like I wish that they would stop doing that because it's like there's no reason for it.
No.
It would go over so much better if you let those characters be those characters.
It wasn't so overt, but it definitely was enough to be hanging over, and you were like, okay, we get it. Like this guy with the Mayans, it was like, the Spanish came and the Spaniards, and they show them all in chains and blah blah blah. It's like, okay, we get it.
That's why I have a hard time just even getting into any of those type of Marvel things. Like I just can't. I'm more turned off by just Marvel in general a lot of times. Just not my genre.
It was like Avatar, you watched Avatar. It's like, oh man, this is really great. You're like, forget it.
We haven't watched
it.
Did the new one come out?
Yeah,
we haven't watched it.
And even in this one here, it was like everybody's fighting over vibranium, and Wakanda has it, and it's like the America's evil, and everybody's worried about what we would do if we had it versus it. And I was like, okay, enough. It's just like let's get into the story here. It was like a lot of these storylines originally in the comic books were, especially like Captain America, Namor, was all like us fighting all the evils of the world, and now it's kind of switched around towards where the United States are the evil ones. But like I said, I thought it was okay. I didn't hate it. I thought they did a really good job of honoring Chadwick Boseman in the beginning and at the end of the movie. I did. They kind of just left it as he died of a disease in the very beginning. It didn't tell you anything specific to it. I would have liked. I don't know. Maybe it would have been more of like an action type thing with him. But I thought they did a good job with that. But overall, I just thought it was a lot of unrealistic shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find this one show that Graham had me starting to watch, and I think it's
the new Velma.
No, not that. That's
horrible.
That is some twisted shit too, though. I watched the first episode of that, and I was like, "Oh my fucking god, I can't believe what the Velma."
Yeah.
Did you watch any of it?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch the first
naked?
episode. Just watch the first episode.
Well, we have to watch
watch the fucking first episode.
I don't think they can make naked cartoon characters.
Oh, they can do a lot. They do a lot of shit in that.
Yeah.
In the first episode.
Okay, I'll have to watch it now.
It's fucking terrible.
It's
It's terrible, but great at the same time. It's fucking, I don't know.
Jen's freezing over here.
All right. So on that note, I'm Bully Kevin.
I'm Bully Jess.
I'm Bully Kerr.
I'm Bully Jen.
And remember,
Bullies
make good friends.
From Kev, Jess, Kerr, and Jen, we are the Broadleaf Bullies. Thank you for joining us, and remember, bullies make good friends.